Welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Now this is a video that's a collaboration with an amazing artist. She's not long started YouTube, but she's got so much talent. Her name is Tracey from Mini Scenes GB, and I will put her link in the description box below. Go check out her channel. She has got amazing talent. She's got the flair and she's a lovely person as well. So we decided, she came to me actually, bless her heart. We decided that we would do a collaboration, and the two main things was it's got to be purple and it's got to be dragons, because we both love purple and dragons. So let's see how I get on with this collaboration, and don't forget to check out Tracey's channel. Well, this is an absolutely huge mould I bought from AliExpress, and I will put all the links in the description box below. When it came, I was so blown away by how big it was, but the detail in it is really quite spectacular. Now I didn't know where everything was, so I've turned it inside out and I'm going to start colouring it. I'm going to use some Fluorescent Red, which is a really bright red, and I'm hoping that it will turn out red even though it's got black behind it. Now the trouble is with red, it does tend to turn brown when you've got black behind it. I've yet to find a mica that won't, but I'm going to give it a go because I haven't tried it before. So I'm just going to smother the whole of the dragony type area in this red and then clean off the excess. It is a bit flighty and it's so vibrant. You can see how bright it is. It's fluorescent, so it should light up under a black light anyway. So as I said, I'm not sure where everything is in this mould, and when you're not sure where everything is, it's just kind of guesswork, isn't it? It's always the second one that I make where I know where it is, because I got the first one for reference. Okay, I know we said it had to be purple, but it doesn't mean it has to be only purple. It can be other colours as well as purple. So this is the first colour, and most of it will come off. But once I'm happy that I've covered the entire area, then I get out some baby wipes and start having a clean up. And I'm going to clean up around the eggshell pattern design. And once I've cleaned up all that area, then I can concentrate on the dragony type area. Now, like I said, I don't know where anything is, so I'm just going to take off the colour across the top of surfaces. And by doing this, you can kind of get a better idea of where things are in the mould. It is quite an eye-opener to see patterns and detail of the mould suddenly appear in front of your eyes with this method. So I'm just having a good look at it to see where I want colour, to see what I'm going to do. And I've decided to go with Eye Candy Purple Jam. Now I absolutely adore purple, you know I adore purple. And yes, I've got to do it anyway, so this is the colour that I'm choosing. It's an amazing colour. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm gonna go over everything in purple. I do start out by thinking I'll just do the dragon, but then I realise no, everywhere's got to be purple. I can always change it up slightly once it's out of the mould. I can always take some off if I want to with a baby wipe or with cotton buds. And sometimes keeping it simple with only 2 or 3 colours can give a better finish, a better result at the end. It's not so complicated. When I'm happy that it's completely covered, then I've wrapped a baby wipe around my hand, and I'm going to stroke the mould, which will remove anything on higher surfaces and leave the colour on the lower areas. You only need a light touch with this. So depending on which way you brush the mould, that will depict on how much mica you take off. So I did cover it in this, but my video camera decided not to keep it. So I've gone over it completely with this. Absolutely, and then I turned it in the right way. So as you can see, I had a malfunction with my camera, but you can see the results. I literally just smothered it with the Ghost Glimmer Gold. So I'm going to try out a new resin to me. This is Let's Resin Deep Pour. It's a 2:1 resin by volume, and it can pour 2 to 4 inches, which is amazing. And the minimum pour is 2mm, so that's quite good as well. So I'm going to give it a try. and together with all the other attributes that Let's Resin have, no odour, bubble free and all that jazz. Amazing. And because of the colours I've used in the egg, I'm going to use Vista Black as my base colour, the strongest, blackest black I've come across. I know it's not available in other countries, but seriously, there must be other black liquid pigments out there. I just don't have the opportunity to try them. Vista is pretty much the only one I can get here, but it's mixing extremely well with this very thin deep pour resin. But I'm going to pour a little bit in the egg and swish it around to try and get all the bubbles out. I'm even going to squeeze the mould at the bottom, just in case there's anything trapped in those horns or wings or anything. And then I'm going to fill it up. I do end up making a little bit more of the resin, but because it's got a long open time, that wasn't an issue at all. And then I popped it in my pressure pot. And this was 24 hours later. It was the next day, fully cured, and I'm really impressed. Right, let's see what we got. So the first thing I noticed is it had shrunk back a fair bit, but it does tend to do that in the pressure pot anyway because of the pressure. I don't know how this is going to come out. I really don't know. Because of the small opening in the top of the egg, I was wondering how stiff the mould would be to get the egg out, but I was quite surprised actually. I did think I might rip the mould, which I didn't want to do because I did like the mould. Oh. Oh. It actually came out of the mould really nicely in the end, once I'd figure out which way to do it, and I was really impressed with how it came out. However, the red was not as red as I wanted, and the inside of the egg could have been a different colour. So although I absolutely love it, I'm going to spruce it up a bit. I think we need to do his eyes. With any kind of creature, the eyes are the most important part. They're not right, the creature isn't right. So I get out my Decocolour Premium Gold pen and I figured I would do some dry brushing. Dry brushing is where the colour is on the brush, but it's such a small amount. It's basically just a dry colour on the end of the brush. When you brush it over a surface, it will highlight the top parts and won't touch what's underneath. And all the detail on the inside of the shell then can be gold instead of red, and that will make the dragon stand out a little bit more. Then I decided to decant some more gold, and with a paintbrush I highlighted lots of parts of the dragon itself, the wings, the horns, parts of his feet, his claws, parts of his nose, and you've got more control with a paintbrush than you have with a huge great marker. So decanting it onto a piece of paper or a piece of plastic, although it dries really quickly, so you don't want to do too much at once. But it's definitely an easier way to get the detail where you want it. As I said earlier, I always do better the second time. I did make another one of these and I used foil to get the red that I wanted. And the reason I wanted to get a red dragon is because one of my friends is Welsh, and every time I make a dragon he says it should be red. So I made another one that is more red, and I'll show you the pictures of that at the end. But I also decided with this one that I needed to do the inside lip of the egg's shell in gold so that you could see a definite definition of what the inside is, and I think it really makes it stand out more, with a definition of where the eggshell stops and where the inside of the egg and the dragon are. I didn't film doing the eyes because I needed to have it so close to me. My eyes are not very good themselves, so I needed to have close contact with it to be able to do that. But this one is going to go to Tracey. So Tracey, this little dragon is yours. Colin, the other one, is coming to you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this bonus video, and go check out Tracey's channel. Her pieces are amazing and she's got a lot of talent. I will put her link in the description box below. Have a great weekend, happy crafting, and bye for now.